it's time to finally get a door on this double wide. If you don't know, I have been so excited to finally get a front door. It is something I've been thinking about for the 2 years that we've lived here, and this one is in desperate need of a change out. I don't even think I could rectify this by making it over. It's really far gone. So it's also not as good when it comes to open and closing. It's not even just a cosmetic thing, like it doesn't work as it should. So last year or the year before last year, one of the last 2 years that we've lived here, we got this new storm door. This was my dream storm door. That may sound funny, but I've seen it on so many different houses and I fell in love with it. So we got it in preparations of getting a door. A door is much more expensive than a storm door, a glass storm door. So we went that route first while I could save for this actual exterior door that we're putting on here today. And won't you know it, just in time for my envelope to come full, Lowe's puts online that they have their exterior doors on sale. Well, some of them. This one happened to be on sale, and it was actually $50 cheaper than what I was anticipating to spend on it, meaning I had enough funding in the envelope to get me some paint too. I was going to just originally go with white because I was trying to keep my budget where it should be, but because I got to save $50 on this door, I was able to get funky with some colors, and I was able to go and pick me out a color to use on the exterior side. At this point, I don't know if I'm going interior and exterior or just exterior, but we're definitely painting the exterior because I really love the look of a painted door, and my siding and stuff is changing later, but the paint color I chose now is going to go with the later.
I'll tell you what, if you want to take that last one out.
Is it already on the reverse? Oh, Marina's getting handy.
Handy dandy notebook.
Oh.
Yeah, make sure you center it or you'll
I know what I'm doing.
do.
I stripped I don't know how many screws trying to look cool.
I was able to get the goat in there. Pretty, I'm always watching.
The way I'm about to tear this man up for dropping this like that, because I did not even know this happened until I went back editing. He did not tell me. He hid this from me because he knew I was going haywire because he had said he was not going to use them stools as a ladder. And lo and behold, if he didn't use a stool as a ladder. I'm pretty sure whenever we bought these, we said we weren't going to use them as ladders. And now you got your work boots on them.
Yeah.
Explain.
It's also extremely scary up here.
You're on a stool.
I can't see what's going on. And I feel like I'm going to fall.
You're on a stool. Do you want me to go get your ladder?
No. I just want prayer. And I want spiders to leave my house alone.
You think that's a nest? Do you think they're nested in the walls of the trailer? That sounds like a B movie.
Yes.
The stink bug.
It's just called stink bug.
So they're in the siding, you think?
They're here.
So what you're saying is we need to take the siding off
There
and
goes my
replace it.
screw.
Why are you saying that like it's totally like that was my fault?
Because you're out here just talking about stink bugs. I need you catching screws. Goober, too late. I've already done them all.
Baseball glove. There's... Oh my gosh. Oh! It was stopping Fred's couch.
Sha! Sha!
Oh.
Sha!
It jumped back at you. It jumped back at you like a ninja. Something really cool about a lot of the doors that you can buy at Lowe's, the exterior doors, is they already come attached with a door frame, which I thought was going to make our life a lot harder, but in fact it made it a lot easier. It's a lot easier to insert a total door and door frame into a spot than it is to try to insert a new door into an existing door frame. The measuring and stuff is wild. You wouldn't think it is. You would think it was sort of just like ABC 1, 2, 3, but it's really not. And there are a lot of steps that go into adding a new exterior door and new door frame, but it's easier to do both.
That and the plate is part of this. Okay.
Now, I'm assuming this door was the original door to the trailer, but I'm not sure. Whoever put it in, though, was funny because they had shim all up and down the edges because they ran into issues, too.
Oh, look at that spider.
What kind is that?
Oh.
Hey! pest control spray and saline.
You got some splaining to do.
A really big reason I just assumed that this door was the original door that came with the trailer is because it was stuck in here. Either they used some really fancy adhesive or I don't know what. There wasn't a lot of screws. Once we removed all the screws, it was still stuck in here. So I don't know if it's where the trailer had 30 years to settle around it or what, but whoever put it in there, shim or not, they had it in there good. It wasn't about to go nowhere without us like giving it a hard time. As we were getting the complete frame out of this hole here, we were noticing so many stink bugs and they were just coming out of the walls, which was really scary because we pay for periodic pest control. So we pay pest control to periodically come out here and spray for stuff. Whatever they're spraying is not tackling the stink bugs or the spiders or the ants or the flies. I don't know what it's tackling, but whatever it is, I guess it's tackling it good because I don't see nothing else. It's just flies, stink bugs, spiders, and ants. And none of them are as annoying as the stink bug. And I'm saying that from somebody who's been bit by a black widow. Y'all remember that whole thing back at the trailer park when I got bit by a black widow? I actually got bit by a spider while living here as well. It just wasn't as bad as that whole situation that I had in the trailer park with the black widow bite. Like, coming from somebody who's been, I've brawled with some spiders, the stink bugs are worse. They are crazy. I don't know what to do. Like I said, we already pay for the pest control. I don't know if there are any home remedies I need to know about. I Google it, and there's really no set in stone way. People are just talking about how annoying they are, and like you'll see like pages of people just talking about how they wish they could get rid of them, but you don't really find, well, I can't find anyway, an actual home remedy to tackle these things. And that's scary because like, are they immortal? I don't know at this point. There were so many doors that I could choose from, especially online, and I really wanted to get them at Lowe's just because it's more convenient. So I actually wanted to go into the store and find me a door, which I was a little bit concerned about given that we live in a trailer, because I know a lot of the measurements for trailers can differ from the measurements for actual homes, and like homes, you know, brick mortar built homes. I don't like saying actual homes because my trailer is my home, but I know that they're different. So I was hoping that I would be able to find one to fit in the trailer at Lowe's.
Should keep them pesky stink bugs out, huh?
Yeah. It looks sealed with the weather stripping.
Interesting now.
Huh?
So getting this thing up them stairs is gonna be interesting now.
Okay, what do I need to do?
Just be on the standby. Oh my God, how much does this thing weigh?
If it weighs any less than 300, I'm done with life. I'm not touching that conversation with a 10-foot pole. Right now, Shane is removing our security system right here so that we can take the metal off of the front, so we don't have to put this on top of the trim, so it can sit back in the door frame like it's supposed to. And it's being really difficult. Not that part, the trim. There you go. What, love?
Much better.
You feel how sealed that door is?
Yeah.
Compared to the other one?
Hold it. I'm gonna get my leveler. Make sure everything's good and level.
You think if this goes okay, if we could get Nan a door for her trailer and put it in for her?
Yeah.
She's been wanting a door forever.
Baby, I have said it for a long time, whatever she needs to
What I'm
do.
saying is you could go measure and then we could go pick her up a door.
Yeah, but what I've been saying is, I've been saying it for a long time that whatever she needs, if she needs it, we can do it. That's the whole reason we moved so close. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Level. Did I get thrown a bone today? Level. Level. I got thrown a bone today. Huzzah!
That's amazing.
Level.
This is the door that I've been wanting for 2 years.
Has it really been that long since
Yes. I saw this door and I was like, oh, Bessie.
I can't believe they did this continue. The only thing that you might want to get is that sticker off.
It made my day because everybody in the house, they were bragging on this door, and I love that.
We're gonna take the screws that are closest to the weather stripping out and replace them with 3-inch screws that go into the actual frame of the house.
So the door is on the frame. I'm looking at this stuff now and I think that there's like some excess sealer. Oh, that feels like tar. I don't feel like sealer. I don't know what that is. Shane's figuring it out. Pretty sure he'll get his like box cutter or something. But it's over here too. I don't know. I just noticed it. It's like a mess right there kind of. I just noticed it whenever I was going to go tape off these windows right here so that I can paint this door. I picked a color I did not expect to pick when it comes to the color of this door. I definitely did not see myself picking the color that I picked. But I got to the Lowe's and I was looking at the paint choices and I just got a wild hair. I couldn't figure out whether I wanted to go really, really light or really, really dark. I felt like black was too dark. I felt like white was too white. I felt black would darken it up. I felt like white would make it look even more sterile because I have white walls. And then a lot of you guys mentioned doing the Oyster Bay that I have up on my ceiling over there. But I felt like I have that as my ceiling color and then I have it as my barn door color. And I felt like that would be overdoing that color. You know, I kind of want that color to be like a special like accent piece. And while I don't really have anything in this living room that's that color, I kind of like it in the kitchen. I like it as like an accent in the kitchen. I definitely like it as an accent for my ceiling. Love that color for my ceiling right there. Love it. But I didn't know if I wanted to like play off of that with this door. So I went with a totally different color. Nothing like I was expecting to go with. And the kids and I were just browsing at the Lowe's looking at different colors and we saw this color and they were helping me find it and I was like, I think that's gonna look gorgeous. I might be wrong. I might be wrong. Y'all know I'm not a very visual person. I can't see it in my mind. Like I could see it if it was like in front of me. Like I can't picture what it's gonna look like. I can only picture what I picture it's gonna look like, if that makes sense. So we're gonna try it out. I got the exterior, interior door and trim paint. Let me show you exactly what I got. So I'm using this paint in the color Smoked Paprika. I bet you did not see that coming a mile away. I did not see that coming a mile away. I was expecting to go exterior wise. I was expecting to go with the Oyster Bay by Sherwin-Williams, which is my accent color throughout the double wide. But I knew that I might not want to paint the inside, the interior side of the door because I didn't know how well it would flow on this wall. I was afraid to keep it white because I didn't want it to look too sterile, but I was also afraid to go black because I didn't want it to look too dark. Man, we should be doing this on the front first because I don't know if I'm painting the back yet. Really? Yeah, I wanted to see what the color was going to look like on the front because the front's getting painted regardless, but I'm only painting the back if I like it here. So Shane had been taping the windows on the interior side and I was like, wait, let's go ahead and do the exterior side. That way I can see if I'm going to like this smoked paprika on the inside. I'll be able to see what it looks like on the door itself and I'll be able to see what it looks like in the light, and I'll also be able to keep the door open like this and be able to see what it looks like against all the decor in the house, because I didn't know, I've never used this color of paint before, so I didn't know how it was going to turn out. I didn't know if it was going to clash with things, and I'm glad I did it this way because after putting it on the exterior side of the door, I realized it goes with everything in my home so beautifully except the Oyster Bay accent paint. It does not go well with that, and I think that's because the Oyster Bay accent paint is a cooler color. It's this really fun area between green and gray, and it's very much in its own genre of itself when it comes to colors. And this color is very warm. It's a very rusty, very orangey color of brown, I guess. It looks red, looks brown, looks orange, and different lightings, but it definitely does not go with the Oyster Bay by Sherwin-Williams. Now I was really sad about that because I really loved this color. This is one of my most favorite paint colors I have ever used. forever. And I want to use it in so many places, but I can't because of my accent color. It clashes too much with it and they just don't go together. And I don't like it. Like, I love it, but I don't love it enough to change the Oyster Bay. You know what I'm saying? Because I really love the Oyster Bay too. So I'm in the middle of a rock and a hard place because I love this color and I want to put it everywhere in the double wide. But I also don't know if I love it enough. I don't love it enough to kind of compromise my Oyster Bay color that I have throughout the double wide. The good thing about it is the Oyster Bay color has become really secluded to the kitchen. I have some of it in the second living room. I have them on the barn doors, and then I have them on the cabinets beside of the fireplace. But I don't know how that's going to change given we're totally making that area into a dining room. So I don't know how much of that is going to stay that way or what. But what I do know is my kitchen, the primary accent color in my kitchen is the Oyster Bay. So if I wanted to do something like this, I could in other rooms, just not anywhere close to the kitchen because my double wide's really open concept. And when you walk in the front door, you see everything. Like, you can see everything from one end of the main living area to the other end of the main living area. And I just don't want to have two colors that go against each other and draw attention from each other and just end up looking really, really chaotic. If I really wanted to bad enough, I could kind of close off an area and not make it so open concept, and that might work. But like I said, I love the way that the main living area flows into the kitchen. I love how I can be in the kitchen doing my thing, doing what I need to do, cooking, cleaning, whatever, and my kids can be sitting just right across the room watching TV, hanging out on the couch, reading a book, whatever they do. You can see Nanny there. Nanny came over because anytime I do something like this, she gets so excited and she wants to be a part of it, and she loved this color, absolutely loved this color. And so I was like, I want to put it somewhere, I just don't know where we're going to put it. I don't know if I'm going to use it as an accent color in the bathrooms. I might do that because I like usually for the main living area to stay one color scheme. I don't like to go off on different color schemes within the main living area, the living room and the kitchen, the hallway, things like that. But the bathroom colors are up for grabs. Like, I could basically do whatever I wanted to accent color wise in there and it wouldn't bother me, given the accent color in the main living area is the Oyster Bay. So you guys let me know what you would do. I know that a lot of you guys have a good interior eye because a lot of you guys were giving me ideas for this door and the type of door and the color of door and whether I should paint it interior, exterior. And I know that you guys can see things that I can't. I'm not very good at decorating. I really am not, and I'm not saying that just to be humble. Like, I don't find myself a good decorator. I really do have to fake it till I make it and just work things out, get things the way that I want them to be. And sometimes it takes me sometimes, and that's why a lot of times I'll build upon things that we do to get until I can get it where I want it, if you know what I'm saying. So if you have any ideas of where I could use this paint color, outside the bathroom, like I said, I'm thinking about doing that. But any other ideas about how I could incorporate this paint color into the house, or how I could incorporate, maybe even put it together with the Oyster Bay. I don't know if there's like a middleman color I could use to kind of ease it into the Oyster Bay and have them together. I don't know. But if you guys have any ideas, I trust your opinions. Y'all know what you're talking about, and I will take all the advice I can get because I want to incorporate this color really bad. Once I got done with the first coat of paint, I went in and did a second coat of paint, and I didn't know if it would need a third or not, but it ended up just needing 2 really good coats of paint, and it did well. So it covered everything, which I had a really good base color. It was very light, creamy white color base color, so I knew it would do pretty well, but none of the white showed through after the second coat. So I was like, all right, let's go. I like it when I only have to do 2 coats of paint. That's why I like the Sherwin-Williams paint so much. This isn't the Sherwin-Williams paint, but that's why I like the Sherwin-Williams paint so much. It's because usually I only need 1 to 2 coats depending on what color I'm going over. Y'all saw me go over a brothel red with 2 coats of Sherwin-Williams paint. So I like it when I don't have to do a bunch of coats, because even though I am the painter of this DIY duo, I do not like painting. Not at all.
Forgot how to fix myself. They say that time is free. Then why is it so precious? Oh, I'll save memories in my head, like Polaroids on walls. They remind you to look ahead. Time is running out. like Polaroids on walls. They remind you to look ahead. But time is running out. 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 Time is running. Time is running out. But time is running out. What if my best days are over? They can't be over. They can't be over now. Time is running out. What if my best days are over? They can't be over now. Time is running out. Time is running out. Time is running out.
While I was thinking about what color I was going to go with for the interior side, I had Shane go ahead and put on the doorknobs, and that was not smart of me at all because he just had to take them right back off in order for me to paint. But also, I didn't know what I was going to go with for that night, so I went ahead and just slept on it overnight to figure out what I wanted to do on the inside side of things. So right now, he's trying to get everything centered because, like I said, it's a lot easier said than done whenever you're talking about measuring for a door and everything. You think, oh, I got the measurements, I'm going to be able to just plop this right on in here and it'll be fine. But it does not work like that. Not for us anyway. We had to go on YouTube and find different tutorials on how to fix hinges in order to like get the top part of the door to lean more to the right and the bottom part of the door to lean more to the left. Like, we had to get it super centered, and that was difficult. And then we had a crack, and then we had to make sure that the amount of space from the doorknob area to the actual area on the door frame where the latch goes in, we had to make sure that that was perfectly spaced apart so we didn't have any gap like you see here, the white going outside. We had to make sure all of that was fixed. So we ended up working on that night. I slept on what color thought I was going to paint the door on the inside. I slept on that overnight, and then at the end of the day, or at the beginning of the day, the next day, I decided to just go with white. And I'm glad that I did this. I was worried because, like I said, I have really, really white walls. I mean, my walls are white, and I like contrast a lot. That's my thing. I love colors against white that are darker. I love darker stains against white. I like that contrasted look. So I was worried that this door would get kind of washed away with the wall, and it would just kind of become like, I don't know, it would look like it was just a part of the wall, you know, and I really love the door, so I wanted the door to stand out. But the 6 panels of glass on the top of the door ensured it would not flow with the wall, and that's what I was worried about. So once we got this first coat of white paint on here, I was like, okay, I think I made the good choice. I think I made with a choice that wasn't going to go, you know, clash against other colors in my home or draw the attention away from things I want the attention to be on, like the fireplace or the brick accent or anything like that. I think this was a good call. And then just having the other side of the door, the smoked paprika color, I think that was the best color I could have went with.
Hard to reach you. You never say what's on your mind, yeah. I'm going crazy all over you. Just for a second, can you try? Every time you've been calling, saying this is what I want, then you ghost for a week and leave me hanging all alone. Push me back, pull me in, and the other way around. Pull me in, push me back. What do you want from me? What do you want from me? Yeah, 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 yeah. Can someone set me free? What do you want? What do you want? Ooh, 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 la, 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 la. Ooh, 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 la, 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 la. Ooh, ooh.
while editing this, I looked at this black mark there to the right of the windows, and I was like, Shane, did you not do 2 coats of paint on that door with the white? And he was like, yeah. And I went to check in person and it's covered up. I was like, you took off the painter's tape and cleaned the windows before you did the second coat of paint. He's like, I don't know. We're always doing things backwards, but he's just removing the painter's tape and then scraping the paint that's on the windows, that got on the windows off, and then cleaning the windows real good on this side, and then he's going to go to the other side and remove all the painter's tape off it too. I usually hate painter's tape. Shane does painter's tape a lot better than I do painter's tape. A lot of times you will see me not using painter's tape, and that's just because I'm not good at putting it down, so it serves me no purpose. There's no point in putting it down if I can't put it down correctly and it not prevent a mess. You know what I'm saying? So usually, instead of just wasting my time and trying to put it down and only having a mess anyway, I just usually step that. How do you say that? I usually stand by. I usually bypass, that's that word. I usually bypass this whole part of the process, but with this door, with how expensive it was, with how it was an investment with our home, I was like, Shane, I'm gonna need the master painter's taper to do this, because Lord knows I can't do it very well, but he can. After we do this, all we have left to do is to do the trim on the inside of the door. So whenever we removed the old trim, it was the old battens that came with the trailer, and I usually don't go for a batten sort of trim whenever I'm replacing trim. I like the thicker trim, the farmhousey kind of trim, I like that. But we decided to go with the thinner, almost batten looking trim around this door because of the placement of our beams. So our beam that's on our ceiling is very close to the door, and it's not enough room to where I could do a thin little bitty piece of trim, but it's still, if I had a thick piece of trim, it would look really weird, especially there between the light switches and the door frame. So what we're going to do is, once he gets all the hardware back on the door and everything, we're going to add just batten looking like trim around the door here, and just have it go and meet up to the beam and then come away from the beam on the top of the door frame. I'm telling you, the exterior door color, that smoked paprika color, has become my most favorite color in my house. It is gorgeous. Wait till y'all see the after shots of the door from the outside. It's just unbelievable. The transformation is beautiful. It completely transforms the outside of the double wide. Here's the before. Here's the after. That color with the black hardware against the white siding, oh my Lanta. It is absolutely beautiful. It just, automatically your attention just goes right there. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. I hope y'all have a blessed morning, evening, night, whatever it is, wherever you're at. Know that I love you, but Jesus loves you so much more. I'll see y'all in the next one.